Tutorial of Code India. In this part of tutorial we are going to discuss Spritekit, and in the Spritekit we are going to discuss the texture atlas and Spritekit animations. We are going to create this demo project, rotating wheel helicopter. See the rotating wheel helicopter, this is looking like a video is running. So this kind of animation is possible in the Spritekit, and this kind of animation are required when we are creating 2D games. Spritekit is the best way to create a 2D games, and we should be aware to create such kind of animations. So for creating this kind of animations, what we need to animate several pictures, images in a short duration of a time, and those images should be of equal size and equal length, and there should be a little bit of difference in their structure. So before creating this project or demo app, we should discuss few definitions, and these two definitions are SKTextureAtlas and SKTexture. So what is SKTextureAtlas? When we are creating such kind of animation, we will be creating a folder, and inside that folder we will be putting all the images of equal size in a sequence, and the name of the folder we will be using .atlas. So that folder that we create with the .atlas name and with the images of equal size, several images that will be called that will be used together, that folder is basically SKTextureAtlas. So what is SKTextureAtlas? SKTextureAtlas is a collection of textures. So the images that we are going to put inside that folder are basically called SKTexture, and that is why we are saying that it is a collection of textures optimized for the storage and drawing purpose. SKTextureAtlas is a collection of texture that were either created from .atlas folder in the app bundle or created at the runtime. TextureAtlas improves the memory usage and rendering performance by reducing the draw call. Whenever you have textures that are always used together, store them in Atlas for the best results. So whenever we are storing the images in .atlas folder, this is the best practice, and this is a very good memory use. Now what is SKTexture? SKTexture object is an image that can be applied to sprite node, SK sprite node, SK shape node, SK emitter node, and SK tile map node. We are aware of SK sprite node and SK shape node. We can use a SK texture instead of using UI image. We can use SK texture. And in the SK emitter node and SK tile map node, they are also used in the Spritekit. So we can use the SK texture there also. A texture object manages the texture data and a graphic resource that are needed to render the image. Most texture objects are created from the source images stored in your app bundle. Once created, the texture object content are immutable. Multiple sprites can share the same texture object, sharing the single resource. So this is what the SKTexture is. So let us begin by opening our Xcode and create this project. Create new Xcode project. We will select iOS in the template, and we will select game here. We will click the next button, name our project, and we will select language Swift and game technology Spritekit. Click the next button and put our project somewhere on our Mac. So I am putting this project inside Code India folder, and I will click the create button. My project has been created. Now what I need to do, in the game view controller, first of all, let me get rid of all the unwanted code. I have already created a separate video how we create a basic Spritekit game. And if you are not aware with the Spritekit, first go through that video tutorial and then come back. So I am not going to discuss all the details about the Spritekit. So I will be just getting rid of all the unwanted code from the game view controller and in the game scene.swift file. In the did move, I am just going to delete all these codes and all the touch methods. I have already created a separate video, so you can go through them if you want to learn the detail about these things. So let me remove this .sks file, since I am not going to use the interface builder, or I am not going to use this SKS file. I will be creating my project using the code. So I will just delete all these folders. Now what I will do, I will just call this game scene.swift in my game view controller. So let me create a SK view in my game view controller file, and this SK view will be self.view, and I will typecast this self.view as SK view. I will be using if let, and now what I am going to do, I will create an object for game scene. Initialize this with the size, and the size I will use is the view dot frame dot size, and I will present this game scene to my SK view. Also, I will write the scale mode for this as aspect fit. Let me give a background color to my game scene so that I get to know that my game scene has been called. Let me select the iPad and run my code. See? The game scene has been called. Now, what I am going to do, I will be adding a helicopter. For that, I need SK sprite node. You can add a SK texture to SK sprite node, SK shape node, SK emitter node, SK tile map node. So I will be using SK sprite node. Let me create a sprite node first. Initialize this with color and size. Let me provide a color first, then I will remove this color to clear color. And size I will be giving. Okay, I need the size to be equal to the texture size. So let me just use a texture first, then I will create the node. So for that, as I discussed, I will be creating a folder, naming that folder as .atlas. Name of the folder I will write helicopter, and I will just drag and drop this folder inside my project. Now what I am going to do, I will be putting all the images of the helicopter inside this folder. I already have the images. If you don't have the images, you can generate an image from GIF file. If you want to learn that, please write that in the comment section. I will create a tutorial for creating the textures with GIF file. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to add all the images. of helicopter. See, I have several images of helicopter. I will copy these images and just select my folder, and inside that folder I will put all these images. See, I have added the images and images have been added. Also, one thing you will see that whenever you drag and drop .atlas folder inside your project, that folder is created in a blue color. But if you are not naming this folder as .atlas, it will be created with a yellow color. So there you can find your bug. Just if I forget to write .atlas to my folder, then it will be created with yellow color, and that there I can I get to know that something is wrong with my folder. So this is the way to check if everything is working fine or not. So now helicopter images have been added. As I have said, these are SKTextureAtlas. So for calling that, I will texture atlas object is equal to SKTextureAtlas, and the texture atlas name is helicopter. So this is going to access, using this object I can access this helicopter.atlas folder. And also if I want to print the name of all the texture inside the texture atlas, I can write SKTextureAtlas object dot texture names. This will provide the array of all the texture inside this texture folder. Now what I need is, this is an array as I have already said. So I will be creating a for loop that run inside the for loop. I will be having texture names, you can say, and I can write this texture object dot texture names like this. This is a for loop where the array of all the texture name has been iterated. Now what I am going to do, I will also create an empty array of texture array named texture array, which will keep all the SKTexture of this texture atlas folder. So this is an empty array, and I will put all the textures. Now here I am getting the name of all the texture. I will create a texture SKTexture with this name, and then I will put that SKTexture to this texture array. So let me just create a texture from this texture name using SKTexture and image name. Image name will be this texture name, and I will be, this will be where I will be using texture arrays dot append this texture obj, you can write. So this. So now I will get the array of all textures, SKTextures, using this for loop. So outside this for loop, what I am going to do, I will just animate this array of texture from my node that I am going to create. So let me create the node first. SK Sprite node. So helicopter node will be SK Sprite node. Initialize this SK texture, this node with color and size. UI color, let me write clear color first, clear color, and then let me write the size. What will be the size? I will be calculating the size of the image using this array, and I will take out the first texture from this array. Let first texture is equal to texture array 0th element. Means first element. Texture array is first element. First texture dot size will be the size of my helicopter node. Helicopter node dot position I will take in the mid of the screen. So I will write CG point and view dot size view dot frame dot mid of x and view dot frame dot mid of y. And then also helicopter, you can write helicopter node dot z position. It is not required here because we are using only one image, but if you are using several items you will be using this z position. So z position I am taking 1 and add child helicopter node. Now my helicopter node has been created. I will be adding all the texture to this helicopter node one by one in a short duration of a time. So I will be animating. So let me create an action texture animation, you can say, is equal to SKAction dot animate. Here we need animate with the textures. So I will be taking the second one or third one. Animate with time frame, this third one. See, it is asking me the array of SKTexture. So array of texture I have already created. I will provide this to this function and the time I will take 0.1. Now I will write this SKAction, or what I am going to do, I will write node dot run node dot or SKAction dot run SKAction helicopter node dot run action I will provide. What I need is I need to animate this image repeatedly. I don't want it to stop. I want it to repeat every time. So I will be using SKAction dot repeat forever, and here I will provide this texture animation. So this is all done. Let me run my code. See, this animation has been created. So with this we come to the end of this tutorial. If you want to learn something else, just write me in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. I will be coming with more Spritekit related tutorial and Swift related tutorial. So goodbye for now. Bye.